Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 10 of the NFL is here. Week 9 is over, and if you bet the home teams last week, you probably did pretty good. Last week I went on my video pick 2-2, as I told you to pick Dallas -7 and Tampa Bay covering 6.5. If you did wait till later in the week, it went down to 5 by game time, I believe. Yeah, 6.5 was the key. That's why you always bet early, like this week. For instance, I see Lions on Bovada. There are +3 right now. So I laid already. I already have my ticket in my pocket. The +3 with the Lions. And I even added an extra 3.5 as well. You know, get that extra half a point because it's a key. But that's me. I'm a Lions fan, and I think it's going to be a close game. 3.5 is definitely, a score plus some. So, is a great deal. So you got to jump on these deals. It's called line shopping. It's great. Also, I won on my teaser last week. Twitter page, I went 2-1 again. I think I only lost 3 games in the last 4 weeks on Twitter. That's pretty good. And I went 3-0 last week. I went 2-1. I had the Patriots, the underscore. Their defense just wasn't there, so I got a bad beat on that one. So yeah, and also for those who say, I don't have Twitter, how do I see your picks? All you do is simply just go to twitter.com/halfmoon and the number 2. Link is in the description. You can just click on it, open up your browser, there's my picks. Nothing special, you don't even have to sign up for Twitter. I also have a link in there if you want to support me and go to Bovada, use me as a reference. And you get a bonus as well. So if you just want to do that online, you're wondering how to bet online, there it is right there. Easy peasy. So let's get down to the comment of the week. This week's comment of the week is Mad Capper. I've seen this guy before online. He's a pretty smart guy. He goes, New England and Green Bay are sucker bets. Yeah, they are. And after I got that comment, I was thinking, yeah, this could be these lines are just too good. They're not moving. Green Bay was at -3, New England -3. Yeah, both of them lost outright. Vegas knew something we didn't know, and there's probably a sucker bet this week, which I'll describe later in the video here. So you got to be careful. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So, and Mad Capper, you nailed it. I should have saw it coming, and that was totally my bag as I lost those 2 games, especially in my videos. Those are my 2 losses. So let's start with week 10. My 4th pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Arizona Cardinals are a 4.5-point road dog, and basically Bruce Arians is playing his old team. That's how it runs down to. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winless at home. They are 31st ranked defense, as Arizona is 3-0 in the last 3 matches up against Tampa Bay. Of course, that has to do with Bruce Arians himself as well. The last matchup did come down to the end. It was a 13-10 game. But these are 2 separate teams this year. This year, ATS wise, is Arizona's 6-3 and 3-1 on the road. Great matchup, and we know how well Arizona plays against bad teams. They don't do so well against good teams, but they play excellent against bad teams. And here we are. We got a bad team in Tampa Bay. So give me Arizona +4.5. My number 3 pick of the week, we got the New York Giants traveling to the New York Jets. The New York Giants are a 2.5-point favorite. And basically, this is a home game for both these teams in MetLife Stadium. They don't have to travel at all. They'll have fans from both sides, Jets and Giants alike. This will be a pretty packed stadium, as you'll have fans from all of New York. For those who go, Giants have a 4-1 record against the Jets in the last 5 meetings. Giants are 2-7, as the Jets are 1-7. The Jets' offense is just so bad. The only team worse than the New York Jets right now is the Miami Dolphins, and that's not by much. Their defense is ranked 25th. Here's the Giants. I think that they kept up with Dallas pretty well. Like I said, they were in the game up until the end, where the Jets had, they weren't even close against Miami. And this Miami didn't win. They're tanking. They hadn't won a game all year. I know Miami's showing signs of improvement, but the Jets are just declining so bad. I think the Bengals could beat the Jets right now. So give me the New York Giants minus 2.5. And my number 2 pick of the week, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are a 5-point favorite. Last week, the Packers did not look well against San Diego. They coming back home off of a loss. You got the Carolina Panthers who won. They're getting a great value on the spread as the public looks, hey, Packers are lost, Carolina won, and the spread shows it. 5 points is kind of a dead number as far as teasing things like that, but this is a value game. This game should be a 7 or 8 point spread in my opinion. Carolina did announce Cam Newton is out for the season. A lot of people saying he probably won't play in a Panthers uniform again unless something happens. I don't see it happening. I see they're going to trade him and keep with Kyle Allen, as he's been doing pretty good. But we all know what happens to the Panthers when they play a great team on the road. Happened in San Francisco, may happen here in Green Bay. You just don't know. I'm not playing any teasers at all with the Carolina Panthers. So give me Green Bay minus 5. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a 3-point home favorite. And Minnesota's back-to-back road games. They lost last week in Kansas City. Close game till the end. They are now 2-3 on the road. 2-3 in their last 5 meetings against Dallas. And 2-3 last 5 meetings in Dallas themselves. Adam Thielen is questionable. They're one of the star players in Minnesota. But Dallas, they're coming back on. They're coming strong. Both these two teams played similar teams themselves. Similar records are very close. They got the spread right on with 3 points to the home favorite. I like Dallas. They're 3-1 at home and 3-1 ATS at home as well. So give me Dallas minus 3. Well, that's it for my top bets for the week. The bye teams this week is Denver, Houston, Jacksonville, which Jacksonville mentioned that Nick Foles will probably start next week, so keep an eye on that. New England, Philadelphia, and Washington. So, a lot of those teams I do go with and go against. So let's just pick up the pace and just run through what my notes have for the rest of the week as far as the teams I'm not going with. Some of these teams games I don't even bet on. I just look at, I got my stats here and say, just kind of weigh it out, what I think. We're just talking back and forth. For my 3-team teaser this week, I got Detroit plus 10, Arizona plus 11.5, and Pittsburgh plus 11. So these are 3-team 7-point teasers. I nailed last week, so get that. I think it's a great deal. I don't think either of these 3 teams are going to get blown out and should be close games. All right, so we'll go to the Thursday game. We got the LA Chargers against the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders back-to-back home games. Chargers won last week against Green Bay. They are 4-5. Oakland is 4-4 at home. Oakland 1-3 ATS at home. But the Chargers have the number in Oakland, 4-0 in the last 4, 2-0 in the last 2 times in Oakland. So it looks like the Chargers are the team to play. This is pretty much a pick 'em. They got Oakland right now. It was Oakland's opened at -1, but now Oakland's +1. So it's back and forth. It's gonna be a close, good game. My take on this is I like the Chargers. Philip Rivers in November is usually spot on. He usually starts slow in the year and takes off by the end of the year. So give me Chargers, what, -1, or just pick them on the money line. All right, so next we got the Detroit Lions at Chicago. We all know who I'm picking. Detroit, obviously. I got that great 3 number. Like I said, if you want to, go get that 3 number. Click on my link in my Twitter. I got it on all my posts. And use me as a reference. You get yourself an extra bonus at that. Detroit plus that 3. That's a great number. And like I said, you could also buy that half point and get 3.5. That's a great deal. Detroit with the high-powered offense, but they do have a bad defense as far as passing attack. But let's look at Chicago Bears passing offense. It's like bare none. Trubisky's so bad. He only had 1 first down in the first half, 9 yards in the first half as well. I don't know, he had 1 first down in the whole game. I think that was on a penalty as well. And he had 9 yards in the first half. 164 total yards, for the whole game. That's just horrible. And not to worry about, Detroit's defense, just the pass defense. So Trubisky got pass all over Detroit. He might have some success. Obviously better than he did last week. But it's gonna be a close game. I think the Bears' defense is wearing down on how bad the offense is. That's my take on it by watching last week. The defense just can't keep up. You're going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out on the Bears' offense. That defense is going to get worn out. So, and here we got a high-powered offense with the Detroit Lions. I'll take that 3 points all day to the bank. Like I said, if you want to check out me and check out that referral on Bovada on my Twitter page, get yourself a bonus and get that 3 points. Next we go Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati off a bye. Andy Dalton is benched. They're going to bring up Ryan Finley, North Carolina State rookie. He's never played before. Cincinnati 0-8. Baltimore 6-2, top of the division versus bottom of the division. 10-point spread. Baltimore's won the last 2, but only by 6 and by 3. And they're 1-5 in Cincinnati. So, 10 points, divisional game. I know it's a very bad team versus a very good team, but me, I'm taking the 10 points. It's the last 2 years, they won, by 6 and by 3, and they're 1-5 in Cincinnati. So, yeah, give me that Cincinnati plus the 10, but like I said, I'm not going to play a lot of money on this, but, that's why I'm picking. Next we got Buffalo at Cleveland, as we were talking earlier in this video about sucker bet. Here we got Cleveland. They're a 3-point favorite on Bovada as well. 3-point favorite, and you're like, why is a 2-6 team a favorite over Buffalo, a 6-2 team? Well, Buffalo, the run defense is not all that great, average at best. And here we got Kareem Hunt possibly coming back for the Browns this week, and they're going to have Nick Chubb with the Kareem Hunt if they keep the ball on the ground, and they should run all over Buffalo. And it should be, and there's only a 3-point spread. So a lot of people are saying, Buffalo, 4-1 in the last 5 meetings against Cleveland, but Buffalo's only 0-1, in Cleveland in the last, handful of years. So, Buffalo 3-0 ATS on the road, looking good. People are going to look at this and say, hey, they should go in there and win. Buffalo's offense ain't that great. Cleveland's defense, they're pretty good. They can hold that Buffalo offense. So I'm calling out the sucker bet this week. I should have nailed it last week, but didn't see that coming. I see it now. So give me Cleveland minus that 3 on that one. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. Now, here's maybe another sucker bet. I don't know. And everybody's waiting to see what happens with Mahomes, if he become a player or not. He might play, but how well rested is he? Is he fully healed? Tennessee, top 10 defense. They're looking pretty good, but they have a cornerback that's out. What's his name? Malcolm Butler, from New England. He broke his wrist last week, so That might play a factor in Mahomes coming back or not. But you know, Kansas City is 0-3 in the last 3, but those are all in Kansas City. So, you know, I have to take the dog on this one. You know, Tennessee off a loss, Kansas City off a close win last week. So this is a tough game, tough to tell. I don't know how I have a line. There's no line that's open right now. I think the last line opened at Kansas City -4.5. But I'm leaning towards Tennessee and hoping to take a bunch of points at home as a home dog. So that's what looks good to me. So I'm waiting to see what happens. How many points I can get by game day. That's a game to wait on. All right, next we got the Atlanta Falcons, 1-7, at New Orleans Saints at 7-1. So, Saints are at home. They're 6-2 ATS and 3-1 ATS at home. The Atlanta Falcons 0-3 in their last 3 meetings against New Orleans and 1-3 in New Orleans. Bad. Matt Ryan, you know, he had the ankle injury. He said he's scheduled to play, but they limited him on practice this week. But, you know, it's a divisional game, 13 points and going up, man. It might reach 14 by game day. So, yeah, give me the points. I know it's tough to swallow. Atlanta's bad, so don't lay a lot of money on this one, but take Atlanta. Both these teams, I think this would be a one score game, as you know the Colts have shown it all year. 7 points or less. 7 points was their one game, and that was the highest game they had. So, yeah, give me the Dolphins. It's hard to believe 10.5 points. I don't think they'll win outright, but I'm definitely taking the 10.5 points. It might go up by, like I said, another one. You have to wait till game day. Get as many points as you can. And last but not least, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, this is going to be a great game. The San Francisco 49ers are 8-0. They're leading the division. Seattle right there below them, 7-2. Seattle's 10-1 in the last 11 meetings against San Francisco and 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in San Francisco. San Francisco won the last game in overtime, 26-23. That was just last year. So yeah, Seattle. The thing is, their defense is just so bad, and their offensive line it's just Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson versus San Francisco 49ers, and that's what I look at it as. It's a divisional game. It should be a close game. They got the line at 6. Man, that might be too much. I'm taking the dog again. Divisional game, give me 6 points. So that's how I see it. Well, thanks for stopping by. I also want to say thank you very much. I come in this year, I think I had less than I had like 3,800 subs, and now I'm almost at 6,000 subs. My goodness, I almost doubled my sub rate this year. And what gets me is my videos go 10, 15,000. So I mean, I could almost double my subscription even more if you just hit subscribe. So hit subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a video. I want to thank you, and thanks for watching. And I will see you next week. Peace. You enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team? Maybe try your hand at cards or on the slots. Use me as a reference and head over to my Twitter and click on the link below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada, just better. And the comment of the week, I can't use this comment of the week. Look at it, man. So tell me, Mr. Jack Knopf, what happens after 3 minutes? No, we can't use that comment of the week. You enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team? Maybe try your hand at cards or on the slots. Use me as a reference and head over to my Twitter and click on the link below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada.
Just bet.